Hello everyone out there in the Luxac Legion. Alex here with Luxac Games, and I'm doing my first deck tech. So, bear with me. So what this is a Sphere of Resistance lands deck. It's a pretty standard setup of 4 Mox Diamond, 4 crop rotation, 4 exploration, a 1 of spicy Manabond, 4 targets for sagas, map, needle, Shadowspear, and Soul Guide Lantern. 4 life from the Loam, 4 Sphere of Resistance, and a spicy 1 of Crucible. As far as lands go, we have 2 Ancient Tombs to help enable a faster Sphere, a singleton Blast Zone, a singleton Bojuka Bog, 2 Boseijus, and trust me, they'll be important in the upcoming league, 2 Dark Depths, 1 Basic Forest, a Ghost Quarter, a Karakas. Karakas good for legendaries, Ghost Quarter good for when they needle your Wasteland. It's also good to have an additional 5th land to help you play around Wasteland yourself when you're making a 2020. A singleton Port to help play around decks that have a single basic when you're trying to keep them under Sphere. 2 Taigas, although I could easily see a 3rd. 3 Thespian stages, a single Tabernacle against creature decks. 4 Saga, because it's the backbone of this deck. Couple of fetch lands that grab green, playset of Wastelands, and 2 Yavimayas. Yavimaya enabling green can sometimes give you more mana than top decking an Ancient Tomb. In the sideboard, we're pretty clear about what we're hating on. We have 4 Leyline of the Void and 2 Surgical Extraction and a Grafdigger's Cage, which is a Saga target. All of these are to hate on Reanimator, which is very popular on Moto. And then we have this half of the sideboard, which is to hate on artifacts, since the One Ring is very popular on MTGO at the moment. So, pretty much our very devoted sideboard strategy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the league. See ya. Okay, literally bought my tickets and entered with 8 seconds left. So, hello everyone out there in the Luxac Legion. Alex here with Luxac Games. And I don't even know what deck I've registered for this event, although you will, because I'll do a deck tech before we start. Lands. Okay, I'm playing lands. I woke up a little bit late this morning, so unfortunately I had to just kind of enter into whatever I had. Alright, this hand's pretty bad. I'm gonna take a mulligan. This hand's a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it and bottom Shadowspear. See what the opponent's playing. If the opponent's on Reanimator, we'll hold up crop rotation for Bog. Mirror match? Ah. Alright, so the opponent's probably on, it could be any Green Sun Zenith pile. But we're probably looking at either Abzan or Elves. Saga's not bad. I think I'm good with just crop rotationing away and taxing this Dryad Arbor. Yeah, that's probably correct. Play Tabby and pass the turn. So what we'll do is if they play like a Cradle so that they can pay for all their creatures every turn on the Tabby, that's why I sandbagged this Wasteland. Let's see what the opponent does. Hopefully everyone out there has been well. Alright, they do have Cradle. Good, because we have Wasteland. This Visionary is just Zenith for 1. Fiend Artisan. Okay. Well, the good news for you is you'll still be able to pay for both your things. But I'm going to go ahead and take away your Cradle. So you'll have to tap out to pay for your stuff, but Arbor can continue paying for itself, and Forest will pay for Fiend Artisan. So hopefully in the next turn or two we draw some acceleration. That would be great. Or the opponent missing a land drop would also be pretty awesome. Okay, opponent looks like they are indeed missing that land drop. We can beat 1 damage a turn. Like, Saga alone gets us there. Alright, they did have another land. It is a Bayou. Let's see if we draw another Wasteland. We do not. If we play a green source on one, we can do this. If we play Thespian Stage on one, we can. Alright. I think I'm going to play the green source on 1 and Urza Saga on 2. And hope that these Urza Saga constructs can get us there. They should always pay for the Stride Arbor because it powers up future Cradles. Okay, opponent's sacking something to pay Fiend Artisan. Okay, that's weird. I'm guessing that's just because it grows all the future clock on the Fiend Artisan. Alright, got both Taigas out of the deck. We're gonna play a Saga here. We're gonna Life in the Loam, targeting these 3. And then we're gonna pass the turn. A little unfortunate we do second Life in the Loam instead of some form of acceleration, but it is what it is. I definitely don't want to get hit by like a Traxa or something, so I am going to go with the Wasteland on Bayou instead of making it as a Saga token. I guess that means we should dredge with Life in the Loam, so we're going to try that. Alright, opponent's in for 2. And they do not have another land. Alright, so that's pretty good for us. I am going to go ahead and dredge. Hit the Dark Depths. That's pretty good news for us. Life Alone targeting just Dark Depths. Play Wasteland, sack Wasteland, and we'll pass the turn. The next turn, Urza Saga will grab probably Diamond. I could also grab potentially like a Needle effect for the Artisan. Surprised the opponent doesn't use the 1 on the Dryad Arbor to pay for Fiend Artisan sacking it to get bigger. Might just be me though. That was right on time. Alright, so we're gonna... we can just take a draw here. Blow to colorless. Okay, opponent is gonna fetch in response. I wasn't sure, because if they didn't fetch, I could also consider needling the fetch land. So, here I think I just want more mana acceleration, so I am going to play Mox Diamond. Discard this fetch. Play out a Soul Guide Lantern. Get rid of that Dryad Arbor. It's powering up Fiend Artisan. Play a Thespian Stage. Cast Life in the Loam targeting these 3. And then it's your turn, opponent. I have the ability to draw a card at instant speed. I can make a 20/20 starting next turn. Seems pretty good. My opponent chose to leave Dryad Arbor as an attacker this time, which is fair. Paying for it with itself or with a land is basically the same. What? Okay, now I'm at a loss as to what the opponent's playing. They're playing Cradle Control. We have lost to this deck before. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card because they aren't a graveyard deck. Do I want to replace it with Dredging? Nah, I just want a card. Fear's not bad. None, I'll just draw the card. Wasteland's not bad. That can give them a lot of mana if they happen to have a Cradle. They can pay for all their creatures. Yeah, I could make a 20/20 here, and I might be taking too conservative of a line. But I'm going to go ahead and play Sphere of Resistance. So, that I just feel there's almost no way we get natural ordered if we play a Sphere, especially with double Wasteland in hand to potentially pay for, Okay, they let the Dryad Arbor die. To make a 2/2 Fiend Artisan, that's fine. Now they can only play a 1-drop due to the Sphere of Resistance. That's fine. Another Halfling, that's fine. Gotta continue to pay for that one, opponent. Still don't need to dredge, hoping to draw an exploration. Man, we're just gonna play this whole game with no explorations, apparently. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for them to pay for as many creatures as they're gonna pay for. And then I'm gonna make a 20/20. Alright, pays for the Halfling. Pays for the Halfling. Pays for the Artisan. Now that you've paid for everything, we'll go ahead and make a dude. And it's your turn now, opponent. You can continue to do your things. You can play a 1-drop if you have a land, or a 0-drop if you do not. I don't think the opponent has a Wasteland, but I really don't want to find out. Oh, nice. Okay, that's fine. Karakas is great, but we're just going to Wasteland it as well. So the plan's going to be make a dude, and then Wasteland the Karakas, just so we could Needle it, but I think Wastelanding it is significantly better. Technically we should see what we're drawing, just in case. No, I do want to draw a card, because eventually I'd like to hit a exploration effect, but that's apparently just not going to happen. Alright, sack. Search for... I guess I could Needle. Because if I Needle, I could Needle... Fiend Artisan. Yeah, I'm on board. I'm at a high enough life total still where I could probably get a second Saga to pop, or just rely on this 4/4 to block pretty reasonably. Alright, so let's take that out, and pass till next turn. Now, next turn, assuming the opponent does not play non-basic, we will, play a Urza Saga. And if the opponent plays a non-basic, we'll Wasteland them again. That's fine. Okay, opponent continues to be on one land for now. No attacks this time, understandably. Not hit another land drop. Makes me wonder if that Karakas was top decked, which it very well could have been. I still don't need to dredge because we already know we're playing this Saga. Second Sphere is certainly interesting. I don't think we're in a racing situation, so I'll leave my guy back to block. Alright, opponent, pay for your stuff. I'm sure the opponent's hoping for a Cradle, but a Cradle, thanks to this Sphere, doesn't even get them to natural order. Looks like they're passing the turn again. I will pay the one to not have you get destroyed. I still don't want to draw that because I know I'm playing the Sphere of Resistance. Ghost Core is pretty freaking good too. Do I think they only have 2 forests? I don't know. They could only have 2. They could have 8. Do I try and... So, here's how this goes. I can either... I'm going to slam another Sphere, but I think I'm going to do it off the Ghost Quarter so I can Ghost Quarter them next turn. Alright, yeah. I like that line. So here's another Sphere, opponent. And then I'll pass the turn. I probably could attack in here because next turn I'll have Shadowspear. But I really don't want this Fiend Artisan to suddenly become a 5/5 by them just not paying for their halflings. That's all it would take for the Fiend Artisan to become a 5/5, is just to let their halflings die. I don't even think I'm going to make another construct here. I think I'm just going to pay with the Urza Saga and 2 to Shadowspear equip Ghost Quarter them. I like that line. Okay, opponent drew a fetch land, which is the best land they could draw. Possible they play differently because we've shown them the Ghost Quarter. Alright, they are gonna just go ahead and fetch. Fetch is a non-basic, sure. I find I won't equip. Oh, hello there. Alright. Well, find opponent, then I will equip. Take 3. Alright, so on my turn. Still not gonna dredge because I'm hoping to draw acceleration, which I didn't. Make a dude. Get a Shadowspear. Play a Wasteland. Wasteland that. I don't think there's anything the opponent can do with one land anyway, so I'm just going to try and Ghost Quarter them. See if they have a third forest. They do not. Oh boy, I smell blood. That smells like blood to me, opponent. Smells like blood to me. So, next turn, I'm going to equip this Shadowspear. Alright, the opponent's just letting these die now. And then paying for a Fiend Artisan. That's fine. Your 5/5 versus my 6/6 seems fine. If you have another Snuff out, you can't pay for it because I have double Sphere. And the second I equip a Shadowspear and attack with it, this game becomes out of your reach. I would like to pay for my dude. Still not going to dredge that. Finally drew a Dark Depths, which doesn't really matter. Play stage. Equip. Lifelink makes this absolutely brutal. Because they're dead in 2 swings, so that if they don't block, which they won't. Okay, cool. That was a grind. Opponent fought through turn 1 Tabby pretty well. Let's see what we want here. We definitely want the Cage. I don't think we want the Surgicals. Cage might actually be the only card we want. I think we want Karakas to bounce. Oh, do we want Karakas to bounce? That actually sounds pretty medium to bounce in Atraxa with Karakas. I don't really see anything I want more than that though, so yeah, let's try this. See if the opponent has like a pregame Leyline or something. This hand is amazing. We're gonna keep this. Okay. Halfling resolves. Ancient Tomb. Does that allow us to do more? It does, right? Yep. So, Ancient Tomb. Diamond. Guess I discard the Wasteland for now. Float 2. Green crop rotation. Okay. Let's go ahead and go with... I still think we should go with Tabby, even though technically I have Thespian Stage Dark Depths lined up here. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Tabby, Sphere of Resistance. Go ahead, opponent. So all spells will now cost 1 more. Which means we're casting Shadowspear next turn, but we're hoping to draw another land for this Life from the Loam. Alright, plays a land, passes the turn. We draw... Alright, Crucible's not bad. Still need 2 more lands for that one. Saga off the top would probably be our best draw. I don't like this pause. This feels like Force of Vigor. Don't Force of Vigor me, opponent, please. Maybe not. Maybe the opponent's just yielded till the end of turn. That being said, opponent's almost 3 minutes down on clock. I'd imagine they don't want to waste too much time. Okay, so opponent plays a 2-drop. I mean, that's annoying, but if we draw a Wasteland, we can take away their Cradle. Heh. Had it the whole time, opponent. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Alright, so we could still get, opponent pays 2. I don't think they have enough to natural order us next turn, which is very, very good. And I'm planning on just wastelanding this Cradle. Yavimaya was a very good draw there. It's an Ancient Tomb, effectively, thanks to Tabby, that was painless. Opponent has already shown that with 2 forests in play, they no longer have basics, so if we turn over, we're able to flip over a Ghost Quarter, we can start working on their forests. Okay, opponent plays second Cradle. Alright, they go for the natural order. Cool. It is Atraxa, so that's not bad. That's certainly good, but this is why we left Karakas in our own deck. Alright, so they're gonna probably grab Natural Order, Karakas, Reclaimer, Grist. Ah, you chose the Endurance. That's fine. You actually can't evoke that Endurance right now, so we're gonna go ahead and dredge Life and Loam. Oh look, we hit our Karakas. Man, that feels good. The real question is, I think we Wasteland the Gaia's Cradle. Yeah, opponent was trying to cast Endurance, forgetting that Sphere was in play. I think we still just Wasteland the Gaia's Cradle. Take 9. 9 might be too much. Yeah, I think 9's too much. But we're gonna pass and see if they even pay for the Atraxa. If they don't, then sick. We don't have to do it. We don't even have to bounce it. Alright, so the opponent did pay for the Atraxa, and we'll return it to your hand, opponent. We were very lucky to hit that off of our mill. Although Manabond being part of the mill was kind of a bummer, too. We know the opponent has Endurance now. So whatever we mill from Life and Loam would just be Enduranced anyway, so we're probably taking a draw step. Although we do get to play this kind of fun game of chicken, of if the opponent does Endurance us, then that puts them pretty far away from being able to do anything else. They have tons of lands, though. I think this is a time where we just work on developing our own game. Sorry about that. Turned off the ringtone. So yeah, we want to draw like Crop Rotation or Dark Debt. This one. We want to draw this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a sneaky 5 mana with Cradle. So and they could natural order for something like Crater Hoof that kills me. They did not grab their own Karakas, right? They did not choose to grab K-Town with it. Let's see. They did choose to take the Karakas, so we shouldn't go in on Dark Depths until after we've cleared that. Got it. Alright, so we're going to play a Wasteland. We're going to Wasteland the Cradle. Yep. And then we're going to play Crucible of Worlds. Go ahead, opponent. Hopefully the opponent fetches, thinking that they can play an Endurance, when in fact they can only invoke an Endurance. They can't invoke it, though, and that's whatever. This is only game 2, and the opponent has 9 minutes left on clock. I'm feeling kind of okay about potentially winning this match on time, even. Okay, opponent plays out a Dryad Arbor, which powers up Cradles. Yes, I would love to mill. I would love to play this Ghost Quarter. Life in the Loam targeting Wasteland Blast Zone. Would you like to evoke your Endurance, or can I have these cards? You are going to evoke your Endurance, that's fine. Which means that I get my Life in the Loam back in the grave, which can dredge over stuff for my Crucible to actually play. That's pretty hot. Alright. We already know they don't have another Force, so let's go ahead and take out one of their 2. And eventually, if I draw a... Like, I don't need to dredge this Life in the Loam while I have a Ghost Quarter in there. The Ghost Quarter itself is plenty fine. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play Dark Depths. And then when they play Karakas, I can back it up with Ghost Quarter. So at 2 damage a turn, I might actually just focus on Ghost Quartering down the lands. Ooh, Lair of the Hydra. Hello, opponent. I see you. Nope, not going to dredge that. Draw Urza Saga. Saga's pretty hot. Alright. So we can play Ghost Quarter and Ghost Quarter them. Play Dark Depths, forcing them to play Karakas. And then we can Ghost Quarter it next turn. I like that. That's the line I'm going to go with. Note that Thespian stage could copy this Lair of the Hydra, and I might just do that. Because that's kind of cute. So I'm not going to play around a lot of things. They still get us with a Boseiju. Excuse me. But they don't get us very bad with the Boseiju. Yeah, that's fine. You play your Karakas. I'll become a copy of Lair of the Hydra if you don't mind. I don't think the opponent expects us to copy their man land. Yep. That's fine. Unfortunately, it does tap to activate its ability, so it's not like I can do anything about that. But what we will do is we will get rid of that. We're going to draw Exploration, maybe? Another Dark Depths. Okay. So we're going to play Ghost Quarter and we're going to pass. And we have stops during the opponent's beginning of combat, which is exactly where we like them. Okay, opponent's paying for both their creatures. That's good. What's your plan here, opponent? My plan is to make a 20/20 after destroying your Karakas. You could have, in theory, a second Karakas, but I think because of that, I'm fine taking 2. Yep. Alright, we're during the end step. We're gonna try and Ghost Quarter K-Town. That's fine. I'm assuming opponent has hard cast Endurance here. I know they don't have another Forest. Okay, opponent is fetching. Grabs it on basic. I mean, opponent's trying to say I've got something, and I'm gonna say, show me. I believe you, opponent, now show me. Trigger. If it's Swords to Plowshares, I'm kind of okay with that because we will be at so much life, and I have Crucible plus Ghost Quarter plus we just won the match. Opponent was about to go to time with 53 seconds to that. I feel like we made a good plan there for beating the resources the opponent had. A little unfortunate for them that we had Tabernacle each game. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Alex here with Luxac Games. We'll see you next round. Hello everyone out there in the Luxac Legion. Alex here with Luxac Games, here for the next round. Hey, it's this Into Play again. Alright, it's Into Play, which we know is on Death's Shadow as of last time we played. Alright, we're gonna plug that, but we're gonna go ahead and not plug it until Yorion. Alright, I think they could still be Death's Shadow. Yorion Death's Shadow? I'm gonna keep this because it has a lot of resources, but it's close. If the sphere didn't come down on turn 1, then I might be a little bit more hesitant. That being said, we have a lot of good draws with this hand, so let's see what we can do. Alright, Diamondylium. Alright, Thespian stage. Fear of Resistance. Go ahead, opponent. Once Upon a Time in response. Endurance. Sure. Went ahead and let them know since they have played against us before. Alright, so I wonder if they were hoping to Once Upon a Time for a blue card to pitch to their Force of Will. Alright, Vesuva copy stage. So we're playing against some Cloud Post. And opponent's trying to get kinky over there with the Thespian stage. We're just going to go ahead and take that right off the table. Get out of here. No copying our cards, opponent. That's very rude of you. Oh my god, that was your only land? Ugh. That's unfortunate. Alright. Life and Loam's pretty great there. Alright, so we're gonna play Saga. And I guess I'll Life in Loam. My other option is Thespian Stage copy Saga, but I don't think we need to do that right now. Click the wrong color. There we go. Alright, we have Life in Loam engine going. That's unfortunate. That's a rough game 1 for the opponent. The problem is I found that the opponent is a lot more favored against us than I had originally thought. So, let's see. I want to bring in these Force of Vigors for Pithing Needles. I don't really want Karakas, even though there's so many times when we could need it in theory. Tabernacle's pretty bad. Port's pretty bad. Maybe I'll keep in the Bog just as a target I can crop rotation for to turn off Rumnak Excavator. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Hand seems very good against my opponent, specifically. Opponent leading off on Once Upon a Time? Sure. Grabs a Cloud Post. That's a pretty good one. And plays Forest Past. Alright. Not playing the tap land is interesting. I think I am willing to burn one of these crop rotations in order to play a turn 1 sphere. Alright, opponent, here's turn 1 sphere of resistance. Hopefully it matters. On turn 2, I'm going to play Taiga and crop rotation it away for Dark Depths. And then make a 20/20 and hope that that wins me the game. I feel like the opponent has crop rotation, and that's why they have been playing like this. Okay. Another sphere of resistance. Okay, I'm on board. Alright, opponent. Another sphere. Gonna try and choke you out with the taxing effects. Okay, so the opponent could not cast crop rotation anymore until they find a third land. Which they have, but it's Cloud Post, which enters tapped. So hopefully, if that's their only land, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. K-Town's pretty bad for us. Force of Vigor. That's not going to do much for us right now. Alright. I think I'm good with just casting a 4-mana Life in the Loam. And passing the turn. Now hopefully if we can draw Dredge into Wasteland, we can start taking the opponent off lands. Thespian Stage copy Ancient Tomb, I assume. Sure. Can't say that I was too surprised by that. So if we do draw a Wasteland, we have to point it at Karakas. Which is not the end of the world. Okay, opponent plays the Cloud Post. We dredge. Hit a Wasteland. Yeah, and a Saga. That's great. Alright. I'd like to put these into my hand, please. Alright, fabulous. Go ahead and take out that Cloud Post. If you want to copy it, that's fine. Crop rotationing it. That's fine as well. Ooh, for Bog. That's pretty hot. Alright, so we are a little bit low on this life total thanks to map. If we play Saga... Oh, I like this line. If we play Saga, we might be able to bait the opponent into copying Saga, and then we can Force of Vigor it. Ooh. Ooh, I like that line. Cavern, sure. Probably named Giant. The One Ring. Sure, you gain protection, opponent. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Saga. I'm gonna play a 3-cost map. I'm gonna pass the turn. It looks like I'm holding up map, but really what I'm holding up is this Force of Vigor. Thankfully, I'm holding up both, I guess. Yep. Opponent's gonna lose some life every turn to that One Ring. Again, maybe we get lucky with the opponent copying Saga. Ideally, they copy Saga and then play a Needle on map. I don't think I can be that lucky, though. I stand corrected. Alright, Needle is resolved. What are you naming? I assume Urza's Saga. At which point do we just end step? Pop that? Okay, no, the chosen card's still Wasteland. That's fine. End step. I'm gonna go ahead and Force of Vigor, popping the Needle. Just the Needle is fine. Crucible of Worlds, that's hot. That's great. Alright. Map. I would like to grab a Wasteland, please. Wasteland. Take out that Ancient Tomb while it's tapped. Alright, let's try and put the pressure on while we can. We are at 9 life, but... Oh, is this an endurance? I was gonna say, it can't be an endurance. We have 2 spheres in play. If it's a Titan, they don't have enough to cast it by a lot. Everything costs 2 more. We can make a dude this turn, then next turn play Crucible for Wasteland. I like that line a lot. We don't get 2 dudes to beat him down with, but the 1 dude we get comes with a Wasteland attached every turn. Seems better than just 2 big dumb beaters. Of note, these spheres also do tax those stupidly expensive Eldrazi, and with the opponent having no cloud posts in play currently, it's kind of like when we play Tron, and we don't have Tron in play. We still can cast spells and make land drops, and eventually potentially get to big enough to cast our stuff. But it's a lot harder, especially with these spheres in play. Okay. And it's going deeper with the ring because they kind of have to, I assume. Let's see what kind of land they play. Note that if they don't play a green land, we will be wastelanding the tropical island. Keep them off as many green sources as we can. One Ring, though, definitely drew our opponent tons of cards this game. Lots of card advantage. I'm just hoping we can beat it anyways. Alright, so opponent's thinking through all their lines right now, which you cannot fault them for. We're gonna make sure we don't have any yields set in case they play... I don't think that Cloud Post plays Ghost Quarter, but in case they, let's say, Boseiju or Urza Saga, that should be a card they reasonably play. Or Boseiju or Token, I guess that's another line they have. But with the Crucible of Worlds, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think if we can keep our opponent under having Primeval Titan mana, which they don't have mana acceleration currently, next turn when we play Crucible of Worlds and start wastelanding them, I think their One Ring will actually kill them. So we'll see. Alright, opponent's playing something. Cost 3. Needle. Alright, I'm gonna respond to that one, so... Sure, opponent. I assume you're gonna name Wasteland now. Actually, you might have to name Saga, right? Make another dude. They're 4/4s, equipped with the Shadowspear. They're 5/5s, take 3 off the ring. Oh, yeah. If you name Wasteland, which I think you have to, this is a little bit of a precarious spot. If they name Saga, then it becomes easy. We just play Crucible. Alright, they chose to name Wasteland. And gain a single life. Alright. 3 mana crop rotation. In response to the Glimmer Post trigger. That's interesting. 2, 3, 4, and then 2 for... Alright. And a Cloud Post. Alright. So here... I'm gonna make a dude. I'm just gonna put a Shadowspear on one of these and try and race the opponent. If I don't put a Shadowspear on one of these, I can try and sphere them out even more. 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna go with that route. Play it pre-combat. Attack for 6, which is half the opponent's life total, and we have 2 lethal attackers. They die in 2 turns to the One Ring. See if we can get there. You're at 3 opponent. We have 3 Sphere of Resistance in play. You can draw 4 cards off the One Ring, but then it kills you. Okay. So they've activated their One Ring, but still not sure what their out is here. They have tons of cards in hand. Of note, our Thespian stage next turn can copy Karakas in case they do cast an Eldrazi. We can bounce it. Although that doesn't sound great unless it's Ulamog, potentially. I don't like thinking about that line, though. I like just hoping that we kill our opponent with what we have on board. So the opponent's at 3. If we grabbed Shadowspear, we could have put them to 2, but I still think it's better. Oh no, I guess it still would have been the same damage because we ended up casting Sphere this turn. Opponent certainly is playing very well, though, which makes it very hard to capitalize on any play mistakes. They've played well in almost every game that we've played against them, though, so not much else to be expected. Alright, so they played Force. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is a 1-drop. Reclaimer, sure. Not a very big Reclaimer, but certainly a Reclaimer. You still gotta kill your own One Ring opponent, otherwise you're dead. Ah, they have crop rotation to gain life in response to the One Ring trigger. That's spicy. That's just what I feel is happening here. Maybe it's Glacial Chasm? Oh god, that would be interesting too. Alright, let's see here. Soul Guide Lantern cost me 3. I could hit a Ghost Quarter, which could hit this Cloud Post, which makes the opponent die a little bit faster. Opponent cannot currently crop rotation. Alright. So we're going to play a 4-mana Soul Guide Lantern. Exile target card from a graveyard. Oh, they do have Leylines, by the way. Good to know. Let's get rid of that Cloud Post. These are now 7/7s and a mandatory block. Actually, how does the opponent win here? They can't crop rotation. Oh, they can crop rotation. Okay. Because they played the Forest. That's fine. Oh. Okay. And I'm so glad I didn't activate this Ancient Tomb, as the opponent shows that we would have died if we had. Okay. Alright, so the opponent's going to activate Reclaimer here to not die. Sure. Sure. Opponent's going to gain some life. Gain 3, lose 4, go to 2. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. So knowing that the opponent had to do that or die, maybe maybe I should have cast the Crucible. Because they couldn't have attacked us there, they would have died. Small punt from us, because we could have played, going to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opponent. Opponent? That was an interesting call there, for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can gain 4 off the Glimmer Post now, which keeps you to 1. Alright. Opponent's working their way through, that's for sure. Drawing tons of cards while they're at it. Force of Vigor on both tokens was pretty powerful. I definitely didn't consider pitch cast Force of Vigor, pay for it as one of the lines opponent had. But they definitely did. Ooh, opponent has another Vesuva copying Glimmer Post. Okay. Remanap. Okay, X equals 1. Okay, sure. So, currently speaking, we are dead. They cast the ability. That's an interesting line to read, that's for sure. Thankfully, having the Soul Guide Lantern in play probably stopped us from being hit, because they could have paid 2 more. With a Remanap Excavator into Bogus, I don't know if that even matters, though. Opponent playing with these Glimmer Posts, 2 of which are copies, was very well played. Definitely able to keep themselves alive around a 1 ring that I thought hitting them to 3 was the correct line. But now I'm thinking that Pithing Needle on the 1 ring may have been the correct line instead. We cast this, we die. So we're gonna bluff interaction. And then if the opponent attacks, we're gonna try and find interaction. Alright, opponent goes to 1. If they attack with both, they could potentially die to a Punishing Fire. Titan. Titan's fine. I assume Titan's gonna grab double Glimmer Post and just make this almost impossible. I am going to bluff Crop Rotation for Dark Depths here. I don't know how deep the opponent will buy it, because we die if we go for that. Of note, the 1 life that they're at now means that the trick they did earlier that I called a neat trick literally won them the game. Okay, and they do have Glacial Chasm, also important to know about. They can't attack anymore. I'd like to draw a card, please. Exploration's not bad. I don't think I want to copy their Glacial Chasm yet. Drawing second exploration is interesting, but not what I want to do. Alright, so with the cumulative upkeep of pay 2 life. Yep. Alright, sacking for another cloud post. Yep. Alright, opponent's gonna kill us now. I'm gonna see what they grab. Apparently I should have copied Glacial Chasm, but that's okay. Alright. So, from the opponent. Let's see. Is there anything different here? I have my own needle in here. I got a cage, I got some spheres, I got the play. I think I want this blast zone for needles, though. I think that was an incorrect cut. I don't love Soul Guide Lantern, but I really hate Rumnak Excavator. So, we're gonna try it anyways. Yes, I'll take the play. Not amazing, but this hand's pretty good. I'm gonna keep it. Opponent did not have Leyline. I hope they draw all of them. Nothing personal, opponent. Not that I don't like you, it's just that, if the option's there, right? Taiga, Shadowspear. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Of note, we do have Port instead of, Wasteland, which is probably not something the opponent has on their radar. Sure, Needle resolves. I assume this name's Wasteland. Yep. Oh, hello Blast Zone. That's pretty good. Life and Loam targeting these two. Is that okay, opponent? Can I have these, or are you gonna endurance me? Looks like you're considering it. Alright, cool. Wooded Foothills fetch. Grab my last fetchable. Port. Go ahead, I have effects during your upkeep. I would like to tap target land. Alright, opponent. You're tapped down. If that was your only mana source, that would be great. I'd be very happy with that. And thanks to exploration, we can dredge with life in the loam every turn. That's pretty good. Okay, opponent does have a second forest. Dredge. Ooh, hit Ghost Quarter. That's pretty hot. I'd like to return these three, opponent. Ghost Quarter is one of my favorites. Alright, let's play Ghost Quarter and Blast Zone. They're a Yorion deck. I'm sure they have a million forests. So we're not going to try and Ghost Quarter them off of basic forest. We are, however, going to tap them down and hit their other utility land. I'm hoping to develop a little faster than the opponent, but we'll see. I don't want to really Ghost Quarter that one. I will start hitting your forest, though. Yep. Let's see what this Life in the Loam turns over. Endurance. That's real bad for us. That's fine. I played into that. Yep. See what we draw off the top here. Life in the Loam. No targets, opponent. I'm gonna go ahead and tap down that one. Sure. Alright, crop rotations it away. Do a Cloud Post. Seems good. Comes a copy of that. Sure. That's fine. Reg. Oh, no hits. That's unfortunate. Alright. I'm gonna play as Verdant Catacombs, and I think I'm gonna intend on slowly ticking up to killing this, Port the stage. I should probably still cast that Life in the Loam, but I'm hoping that ticking up on the Blast Zone is going to prove to be better. We're going to add a counter now. Add a counter next turn. Sure. Giant. You could name something else. Human. Bird. Bird up. Alright, Yorion. That's one way you can cast it. We're going to add a counter to this Blast Zone. And we're going to draw an Ancient Tomb. Cast a Life in the Loam. Alright. I think we have to Loam again to start winning, so we're going to cast it. Play a Tomb, and pass the turn. I'm feeling that the one on bird is just bait. One ring. Alright, that's pretty hot. Alright, let's mill over some wastelands. Wastelands. Boseiju. Alright, Huh. I'll take it. See if the opponent has a response. They do, they're gonna pitch cast the Endurance. Sure. So I cannot port my opponent and blast zone them, so I don't want to die in 2 turns, so we're definitely blast zoning them. Alright, opponent drew some cards with the One Ring. Oof, that's a good one. That's a good one. And they had the Karakas. Nice. Nice. I don't think we can win anymore. We're going to dredge, hit cage, throw opponent the GGs, and concede. Well played out of the opponent. I always feel like land should be favored in this matchup, but I seem to always lose to Cloudpost, so I'm probably wrong. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for next round. Peace. Hello everyone out there in the Luxac Legion. Alex here with Luxac Games, and we're back for round 3 of this Legacy Challenge. This is Karate! Alright, so we're gonna win the die roll. This hand looks fine, so we're gonna keep it. Hopefully the opponent's not something absolutely insane. Like, if the opponent's on, let's say, Reanimator, this is gonna go pretty bad for us. So I think this is just turn 1. Exploration. Saga. And map. Alright, cool. I mean, I played 4 cards on turn 1. Let's see what the opponent does. Mountain. Simian Spirit Guide, Blood Moon. Joke's on you, opponent. Joke's on you. As soon as I find a green source, which I can map for one, so I'm not cracking this map until I either find the green source or find the Boseiju, and I got a 20/20. Alright, so you're on Mono Red Stompy. That's pretty powerful. Alright. We're just drawing for either the green source or the Boseiju. I am playing someone else's list. I'm playing Adamwasmo's list, which means that I don't really know which one we're looking for here. Last one was 0 counters on it. Yeah. I don't think there's we can map for force to begin life from loaming for it. I actually like that a lot. So we do have 2 Boseijus and only 1 force, so I think this was the correct call, even if it was a turn late. Alright, opponent probably has a 3-drop, but our sphere is hopefully slowing them down as well. Hoping this life from the loam just turns over a nice, easy Boseiju in the first or second dredge. Ideally, the first dredge. But we get a turn or 2 here behind this Rabbly boy. Alright, 1, 2. Last turn. Let's see, we get 2 more turns before this Rabble Master kills us. 4 this turn. Sorry, 4, 5, 6 this turn. Yeah. So, we have to dredge it this time or we die. Come on, Boseiju. Just like we drew it up. Just like we drew it up. Alright, we're gonna pass the turn. The extra cool part is we also get to blast away all these goblin tokens. Oh, that's bad for us. That's bad for us. Okay. No blocks. We're at 5, and the opponent gets to forge, then trap. Alright. I'm gonna take a draw step this time. That's decent. Alright, so we're gonna start with this. Boseiju. That. All my action back. There's a Saga. Wasteland. I guess there's no point in not wastelanding them. But yeah, we're gonna start with that. Definitely doing that. Alright, opponent. You have lots of triggered abilities. See what you do with them. Okay? 2 counters on a creature. Looks like the opponent's not paying for the little tokens that I could easily destroy with Blast Zone, which seems reasonable. Alright, so we're going to port your Shatter Skull Summit. Alright. See what you got, opponent. Hopefully you got nothing, I'm hoping. I'm going to block. Sphere, that doesn't matter. Oh my god, we beat Blood Moon. We beat turn 1 Blood Moon with no green source. Oh my god, I am so excited that I literally am gonna have to make sure I'm recording because I'm so excited. Because this has to be a dream, right? It's not a dream. We beat turn 1 Blood Moon. Oh my goodness. Alright. These. Unfortunately, the Ouphes help cut off their artifact mana. They're not a graveyard deck. I'm pretty sure they don't even have legendary creatures. Again, they're not a graveyard deck. We just gotta come up with 4 more cuts for those Ouphes. I don't think I want Ouphes on the draw. I might retool on the play, because then I can play a turn 1 Ouphe and potentially lock them out of mana. Alright, so this has stuff. Force of Vigor answers stuff. Urza Saga's stuff. I say we mulligan. Alright, I'm gonna keep this one bottom of Saga, just in case the opponent does have a turn 1 Blood Moon effect. Okay. So, we're dead to this. This is one of the reasons why we bring in Collector Ouphe. But we're not going to tell the opponent that we're dead to that. We're just going to play the Taiga and pass. Chalice on 1 is fine. Here's the part where they're going to get scared. We're going to play out this Dark Depths. Ironic that we drew the Boseiju. If it happened to be not Magus, we'd be in a pretty good spot. I'm just going to try and beat us down with this Magus of the Moon. It might just work, really. Shame we're not on the Manabond build. Because if we were, oh my god, we hit the Forest. Yeah, I knew that. Reminder that that was not a punt. Even though the opponent is going to think it's a punt. We did that semi on purpose to make them think that, well, that we punted. We are actually dead to this Magus. We have no outs to it. Alright, we're not going to show we have Mox Diamonds because I don't think we showed that game one, and we want the opponent to think that we're a misplaying fool. So we're going to just pass the turn. The opponent kills us in 2 turns, which is blissful because that means we don't have to give too much info, while still looking like we're drawing to have an out, like a lightning bolt. We have chosen to just die to Magus. We do not want to die to Magus, but we do not really have a choice. Alright. Final draw step here. And then here's where we concede because we, quote-unquote, didn't draw it. Alright. Null Rod and Ouphe's in. Crucible out. Spheres probably have to stay in. Map should stay in so I can go get a source. Needle can go. Very few activated abilities. I was hedging against planeswalkers, but I don't think that's something we can really do. I'll take out the Shadowspear. Maze can be just so good. Take out the Blast Zone because it doesn't actually remove any of the opponent's stuff we want it to remove, except for those Rabble. I guess it was good against Rabble tokens, but that's going to be a very unusual case. I'll take out a single Saga just because the opponent is the Blood Moon deck. I would love to play first. I'm going to keep this and hope that Sphere into turn 3 2020 is good enough. On the play. On the draw, I don't think it would have been good enough. But on the play, I'm just hoping that Sphere stops them from turn 1ing, potentially even turn 2ing, and yeah. Opponent goes down to 5. Alright, so the opponent starts with effectively 4 cards in hand. I'm hoping that this is just going to be lights out. So, those 4 cards would have to be pretty good to slam a really fast Magus. Paying for a Chrome Mox makes sense to me. Okay. I get to do both, right? If I just pitch the life in the Loam. Yeah. Let's go ahead and Force of Vigor that one, and I guess we take out the Leyline too. There's no reason not to. Can I do it with the green? No, because I have to do it with Ancient Tomb. Sure. Boom. Take those away. Take that away. I'll go ahead and grab Thespian stage. Alright. Don't do me dirty this turn, opponent. That's 4. But you didn't have the red. Nice. Nice. Alright, so we can play a green. Oh no, we can't play the Exploration, right? Play that. Alright. Dark Depths. Go ahead, opponent. This is my 2020. I managed to somehow dance around your Blood Moon effects to get it into play. We got there! Oh my god! We beat Blood Moon! Alright, so, I can't believe we beat the Blood Moon deck. Thanks so much for tuning in. Alex here with Luxat Games. Remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Or next round. Peace. Hey everyone out there in the Luxac Legion, Alex here with Luxac Games, and we're here with round 4 of the Legacy Challenge. We are currently 2-1, and we're hoping to run it out and maybe still make top 8. Alright, we're going to take the play, of course. Here. And has 2 crop rotations in a Wasteland and a Maze of Ith. Has Saga, Ancient Tomb if they're a fair deck. I think I'm still going to take a mulligan on this one. This hand is hot. Deep. I just don't think we need 2 explorations. Alright, letting the opponent know that we're recording in case they want to watch it later on our side. Force of Negation. Alright, that's fine. The force pitching Teferi tells us this is probably a fair strategy, which is good news for us. So we're going to go ahead and lead on Windswept Heath, play Manabond, fetch, have a Taiga, play a Shadowspear, and go to end step. We're going to discard this life in the Loam. Glad that that Force of Negation didn't hit our life in the Loam. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Hopefully this life in the Loam dredges us into something really good. Opponent could still be like blue-white show and tell. Teferi's definitely played in that deck. Pick up these fetch lands. And we're not going to play any of them, we'll just go to the end step. Drop them in play. Pass over to the opponent. Alright, let's see. Opponent plays basic planes. This is where we find out if they're on show and tell or if they're on some fair deck. Teferi, please, no show and tell. 4. Aerolingus, yes. Alright, so the opponent will be drawing an extra card every turn. We're gonna fetch to thin. Okay. We're going to still dredge, for sure. What was the last card? A Thespian stage. Okay, so we'll take these 2 back. And we're going to try and beat the opponent at their own game. I think Thespian stage should go ahead and just copy a basic right away. Just to play around plenty of other things. So the opponent still could be a control deck. 4 Aerolingus is definitely played there. Brainstorm. Yes, that's fine. We really need this dredge to hit Urza Saga or Dark Depths. Dark Depths obviously being the preferable of the 2. Nope, opponent still has more to go on. Alright, probably Prismatic Ending on Manabond. That's fine. We already got plenty of value out of that opponent. It can go away now. To the point that I would have had non-zero amount of consideration to hitting the Shadowspear instead. Although I guess if life totals really don't matter. No targets, we just missed. Because of that, I actually don't think we throw this Life in the Loam in the grave. I think we keep it. Having kind of an unlucky time here, though. Let's see what we dredge next time. Shame, too, because map and crop rotation both would have been very good. Alright, we'll take 2. The opponent still gets to draw yet another card. That's 4 cards they've got off that. Alright, we're going to try and dredge again. Wasteland, Verdant Catacombs. I mean, we'll certainly take them. Rest down, that's fine. Are they trying to draw counter magic? Oh, they could be trying to draw Force of Negation. That's fair. Wasteland them. Sure, second dress down's fine. I'd like this Wasteland back, though, please. Alright, go ahead. We have about, I'd say, 3 more turns to hit that Dark Depths, and even then, with the opponent having the Monarchy, it's not ending well for us with them getting all of these turns, for sure. We've drawn 3 at least 4 times and just missed, but that's fine. Hopefully we turn that around. Let's find out what their big 5 mana play is, because they're fetching. Oh, probably a 4 Aerolingus for X equals 2. Oh, dear God. Okay, okay. Go crack this. Okay. We already have the Force in play. Sorry. That's what I really needed to do, was just check and see if I had the, I thought I didn't have the Force in play. That's my bad. Hey, almost cost the opponent an attack there. Alright, so Urza Saga is no longer an out. Dark Depths is still an out if it comes with a Boseiju, and we have a few turns to hit that. Life in the Loam hits Maze of Ith, Port. Alright, I don't think that we have enough time anymore, and the opponent's going to draw lots of cards off that, so pretty well played from the opponent. Since they do have Blood Moons, we're going to take in these Force of Vigors. Probably not needing to have a Bog. Probably not needing to have a Karakas. Probably not needing to have a Tabernacle. I like that swap. Opponent is likely going to have a whole pile of Force of Negations, but we'll try and fight it in. Alright. We would like to play first. They have multiple dress downs. These sagas aren't going to get there. We're going to hit mulligan. I just wanted to explain my logic of why I wasn't keeping that hand that looked pretty good. Alright, we are going to keep this one, and I am going to bottom the Maze. Maze. I'm going to bottom the Force, but When I die to Blood Moon, everyone can tell me they told me so. Diamond. Taiga, I guess. Turn 1 Sphere of Resistance. Your turn, opponent. Alright, that's fine. Days Undoing, so they are the combo. They are some sort of combo deck. That's cool, opponent. That's certainly a choice. You probably could have waited till my draw step for that. But yes, you certainly will get a whole look at my deck list. Also, you will have shuffled that that Force of Vigor somewhere else in my deck. So we'll see how that works. For the record, that signals, to me at least, that the opponent has multiple surgical extractions in hand. Alright, yeah. Or a Force of Negation. Show me. Show me, opponent. Show me your Force of Negation. Right here. I'm ready. Oh my god, it resolved. Okay. So they know we have this crop rotation. Okay, opponent's plains is fine. I would really prefer to crop route away this maze. This is the other surgical that we knew about. Alright, I'm just gonna double check and make sure I did take out the bog, and I'm pretty sure I did. Dang it. See, if we didn't take out the bog, we could bog our own life in the Loams. That's fine. I'm gonna try and crop rotation in response. Dang, it would have worked too. Alright. I'm gonna go on a Saga plan. I'm gonna try and make it work. Alright, we were correct on our read that the opponent had second surgical. Now we just have to hope they don't also have a pile of dress downs. Alright, so we are just going to... I'm just gonna pass the turn. I am just gonna try and make constructs. Even though he showed us 2 dress downs game 1, opponent. That's a good play out of the opponent. That's a good play out of the opponent. Alright, let's go tutor. Ooh. Now let's talk about bad plays from the opponent, potentially. We're gonna name Scalding Tarn and hope that that completely stimmies them off of that. And we're gonna tap this just because we don't have another mana producing land. And we're gonna play Maze of Ith, and we're gonna get in there for 2. And I guess we're just gonna hope that the opponent is stuck with a bunch of 3-drops in hand. If the opponent is stuck with a bunch of 3-drops in hand, we died to a 2/2 last game. Maybe they will too. Dang it, they had a Vista. Alright. So, might have been bait, not fetching. We'll never know. Dang. Them taking away our green source was really brutal, wasn't it? Alright, go ahead, opponent. Uh-oh, opponent drew a spell. I don't think we can beat a spell. Yep, a 4-drop. We definitely can't beat a 4-drop. Is this a 4 Aerolingus? Looks like it. X equals 2? Yeah. 1 attacker, 1 blocker seems really good. Unfortunately for the opponent... Oh. You're gonna let us have the Monarchy? Oh my god, yes, please. I was going to say, unfortunately for the opponent, if we draw another artifact, we can make it a 3-3. But the opponent's literally just gonna let us trade Monarchy with them. Alright. Another crop rotation there is pretty bad, obviously. Oh, also, I didn't maze. I'm really dumb. I had this maze here and just didn't use it. Don't worry, I'll remember this turn. What's the point of even having Maze of Ith if you don't use it? Is this another 4 Aerolingus? That would be terrifying. I don't think we can beat that. Alright, Narset's pretty good too. I guess you could argue that I just didn't want to maze one of them to steal the Monarchy, which isn't exactly incorrect. As I definitely did want to, I think they should hit the Construct, not the Needle, but that's fine. As I wanted to be able to definitely steal the Monarchy and draw a card. I'll maze one of you. Alright, go ahead, opponent. You stole the Monarchy back, you get an extra card. Hope we hit a green source here. Green? Thespian stage. Alright, I mean, hitting lands is already something that I'm not complaining about. But I think that we lost this one. Opponent having Force of Will double surgical is not impossible for us to beat, depending on our hand, but was very difficult for this hand to come together. Oh no. 4th Aerolingus has come back. I don't think we can beat that card, so they're going to cast it. Oh, they're not. They're going to cast Teferi, probably bouncing our Construct. Yep. Here I was trying to get cute with the port on a Tarn. See if they fetch in response. That's fine. Is for... Should only have been 2, but I'm basically dead here. So I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to concede here. So, it could have only been 2, but I don't think we're coming back from the opponent having just that, plus another 4th Aerolingus in hand. Thank you so much for... Thank you so much for tuning in. Alex here with Luxat Games. Reminding you to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Hello everyone out there in the Luxac Legion. Alex here with Luxat Games, recording round 5 of this Legacy Challenge. And actually that 7 rounds still may be top 8. I was just going to continue making content for all of my loyal viewers out there. Alright, won the die roll. That's always a good start. 3 life in the Loams is a little more than we'd normally like to start with. Let's see. Yeah, I just don't think this is good enough. Too many life in the Loams, not enough other stuff. This hand's great. This hand's great. I'm going to put Tomb on bottom, even though that does mean that if our Exploration or Diamond gets countered, things could get a little awkward. I think that's fine. Alright, opponent's not quite here yet. We're gonna keep these. I guess I could have kept the tomb and just discarded it to the diamond. Opponent might also be multi-leaguing, multi-queuing. If so, that would explain these long pauses. Also scares me because people that multi-queue very rarely play things that are slow and require a lot of game actions. People that multi-queue tend to favor decks that just have big flashy actions that they can take. Let's see if this Mox Diamond even resolves. If it doesn't, we're actually okay with that, but we'll see. There's no way you counter this Mox Diamond, so just hurry up and let it resolve, opponent. Once it resolves, we can discard this Misty Rainforest and go to town. Yep. Exploration. By discarding Misty, we do take down turn 1 crop rotation, but I think that's fine. Because Diamond resolved, we don't even need Exploration to resolve. We can just play Saga into stage and still make constructs. Opponent is certainly pausing a lot, so again, most people at multi-queue tend to just F6 the turn, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe the opponent has a Force of Vigor, and they're about to absolutely send us back to the Stone Age by hitting our Diamond and our Saga. Maybe not. Alright, opponent, show me your game actions. I have none currently. Officially 2 minutes up on clock, although that hasn't mattered at all this league. We had an opponent that killed us with less than 3 minutes left on the clock, so we'll see. Okay, maybe this is Shadow. If so, it is Shadow, because it's Watery Grave. Let's see if they thought sees us. They did! You got crop rotation, opponent. Unfortunately, you still gotta beat these Saga tokens. And depending on their build, that might be pretty difficult. Some builds run Dress Down, but it's not a very common thing. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna play that and pass the turn. I think we're gonna make a construct, and then we're going to copy the Saga. Hopefully this tempts the opponent into thought seizing us again, since we have a Mox Diamond. That's fine. Opponent is a Wasteland deck, which could come up, but I don't think that's a big deal. The good news is I have a friend locally that does play Death Shadow. Alright, looks like they have a shadow to play. And because of it, I have a little bit of experience with the deck. Alright, the opponent does play a basic island. Alright, let's go ahead and make a dude. Then depending on what we draw, we're either copying the Saga or making another dude. I'm good with copying the Saga. Saga sacks. They've already used 2 polluted deltas, so I think I am just going to grab a Shadowspear here. Instead, oh, actually I take it back. I'm going to Needle. And I'm going to Needle Troll of Khazad-dûm, because the decks are playing a lot of that card currently. Alright, let's go ahead and play a Thespian stage. I could have played the Diamond to make this a 4/4, but I don't think that's a big deal. If I hit them, they could play double Shadow. That's fine. Opponent likely has another land, which would have enabled Shadow anyways. And this allows us to hopefully pressure their life total. They had a 3rd Delta. If I had named Delta, it would have worked. That's funny. Alright, this looks like a Murktide Regent, probably. Which is big, but not the end of the world, certainly. Also means that the attack was absolutely correct. Yep, that's a Murky Boy. A 4/4 Murky Boy. Not that big, luckily for us. Alright, Crucible's great. 1, 2, 3, Crucible. Then we play, alright, they did have the days, that's fine. So we're gonna just pass the turn here. Next turn we'll make a dude, and then the turn after that we'll go tutor up a Shadowspear, and hopefully that's enough to just kill the opponent. Yeah, okay. You got our diamond opponent. You're gonna reanimate the Grief? Ah, you need another card to make it second. Alright. That's scary. Because now that's a 7/7. And a 6/6. That's 13 damage next turn. Wow. Good job, opponent. Alright, crop rotation off the top here would be pretty good. Shadowspear doesn't do it. Wasteland doesn't do it. Well played from the opponent. Man, that's good. Alright, so I guess we still make them do it. Nah. Opponent killed us with 2 Murktides. Well done from them. Alright, we want these Leyline of the Voids. We don't really want Pithing Needle. We do want Shadowspear. We don't want Surgical Extraction or Force of Vigor. We don't care about Karakas. We don't care... If we're bringing in the Leylines, we don't care about Bog. It's so give and take on the tabby. Sphere is an all-star. Surgical is another one where it could be good, but only if they mill something that's good. Crucible's just so good if you get it down with Wasteland, you can literally keep them locked. They do have a basic though. You know what? I'm gonna try it like that. If the opponent surgicals our life in the Loams and we don't have that, then you know that's just how it be. We're gonna keep this hand. Start with the Leyline. Mox Diamond. Discard this one. I guess I'll play a Thespian stage to try and bait them into a Wasteland. Nope. Also note the opponent also has basic Swamp. Thoughtsei's definitely going to miss this time, opponent. See what we draw. Something powerful. Saga. Saga would be great. That's not the end of the world. I'm not mad about that. Port. Yep. Opponent's probably going to cycle the Troll. Shows that our name last game was indeed potentially very good. Okay. Opponent goes 16. Wasteland? Not quite Wasteland. Alright, Blast Zone. So if we don't port this turn, we can get a Thespian stage copying port. I think I'm fine with that. You get up to 3 lands this turn, opponent. Heh. That's fine. Played around that one, didn't we? Alright, Thespian stage is going to try and copy your Wasteland, my dude. See what you got to say about that. Probably using it. We'll see. Alright, did indeed choose to use it. And on the stage, interesting. Okay, we got a draw step. We successfully draw. And we play Thespian stage, I guess. If I port them... Alright, I'm not gonna port them again. Alright, I'm feeling there's a petty theft involved here, but I'm gonna try. So, colorless, green, crop rotation, sack that. Is that okay, opponent? If not, I have a plan B. Alright, well, I'm gonna try and copy Dark Depths, so... If you have petty theft, this is unfortunate for us. If you don't, you have died. My turn? Have the... Oh, you said an edict. Sure, that's fine too. Childhood's edict, whatever. It's all the same. Alright, we'll go back to porting our opponent. And... Oh, gonna surgical the depths. That's fine. We still have sagas we can draw, opponent. And I'd actually rather beat you with sagas, so... We only had 2 Dark Depths. Maybe Saga was the better line there since it resolved. It felt like the opponent was pretty likely to have an answer, but I did think it was petty theft. Not that that would be any better than Edict. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Sphere of Resistance. Pass the turn. Go ahead, opponent. If they have the Force, that means that they had the Force for the crop rotation, and we doubly messed up by... I mean, that's fine. We'll pay. Okay. Opponent just set themselves back a land drop while I'm playing a Sphere of Resistance. That feels okay to me. They must be trying to get a Death Shadow down. That's fine. We have Shadow covered. That's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and tap down that land. Okay, we'll go all the way to combat if you want to attack. Sure, I'll maze it. Alright, draw. Hello! Yeah, I'm definitely firing that off on that swamp. I lied, I'm gonna go ahead and fire it off on the watery grave. That's fine, opponent, you can float a blue. We're not also gonna tap down here, we'll tap down during your draw step, that's fine. Rest down. Sure. That's 13-13, very scary. Don't draw Wasteland, please. Alright, cool. It's a 13-13, but they don't have the ability to Wasteland us this turn. So, our turn. We draw Life in Loam. Okay, crop rotation's very good. I think we should do it now while the opponent is tapped out. So, crop rotation away this Boseiju. Okay. Go ahead and get... If we get Tabby, we can start taxing them even harder, and we do have 4 Urza Sagas. I'm cool with getting Tabby. Destroy it unless you pay 1, opponent. Let's also take away your island, opponent. Oh, we can't. We tap down. Alright, cool. We can't do it this turn, but next turn we can start tapping him down as well. Oh, you can play another 1-drop here, opponent. Show me what it is. But then you have to pay for 2 creatures. Oh, no, that's just a ponder. Alright, that's fine. See if we can rip a Wasteland off the top, keep the opponent pretty locked down. You know, I give the opponent credit for trying every turn to hit us, but it's just not working. We have had some pretty poor draws, though, I will say that. Go ahead and take away your duel this turn. Ooh, Brainstorm? Sure. Looted Delta, alright. Well, they're definitely drawing out of the tax effects. If I grabbed Saga, I would have been able to pressure a little bit better, but I would have had to Saga and grabbing map. Still seems fine. And this is why we didn't, is because we knew that there were still Sagas in our deck that we could draw to, which we have now managed to draw to. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, opponent fetch shocks. Fetch no shocks. Alright. They think that there's a chance that we might be able to make some construct tokens that threaten their life total as well. Go ahead and tap 1 of your duels, opponent. Another Brainstorm. That's fine. I can't auto-yield because I have to be able to Maze of Ith this thing. And auto-yielding definitely cost me 2 life earlier in this league. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, cool. Opponent not finding the Wasteland that would allow him to start hitting me with this Death Shadow is great. We are good to continue mazing you, opponent. Six cards in hand, I feel like they have to have plenty of interaction, but we're gonna do what we're gonna do, that's for sure. So let's see. +2 to make that, which means I can play out this, but not the diamond. If I play out the diamond, I can still make this, but I can't port. I don't think porting's really important anymore. Cool. If they force the diamond, then that's just fine as well. Yeah. Alright, so the opponent could, in theory, play a troll in the next couple turns. They could play it this turn if they're willing to lose the Death Shadow, but that doesn't make any sense. They need multiple threats here in order to win the game. Yeah, you're good, opponent. Go ahead. Your Ponder's fine. Opponent definitely has a lot of deck manipulation here, whereas we're just kind of ripping off the top. Alright, opponent's going to try and attack us here. We're going to maze it. Well, actually, we probably wouldn't have mazed it, because we could have made a fairly large attacker here. So we'll make a dude. Oh, we got to our turn. So we will pay to have it not die. Draw. Life from the Loam. Alright. I'm gonna make another dude, but that's a very powerful draw. Alright, opponent did not have another edict. I'm gonna go ahead and grab... Since I drew the Life from the Loam, I think I grabbed Shadowspear instead of Map. I'm gonna attack with my 6/6, see if they want to trade. You want to trade, opponent? Okay. You have a 1-drop. Fatal Push on the untapped one. Sure. That was very good. Now here's the part you're not gonna like, opponent. You thought you were getting both of them, you still only get one. That was very well played by you, though. Another Ponder or Brainstorm? Uh-oh. Looks like it might be a petty theft. Oh yay, it looks like they may not have had enough to cast whatever they're looking to cast because of the sphere. That would be pretty good. Oh no, they have it. Okay. Alright, so my friend Austin's gonna absolutely think that's insane. So no, I'll take the damage from it. Troll is fine. I am about to have a Shadowspear equipped Death Shadow. I'm not too worried about that. I'm sorry, a Shadowspear equipped construct token. So we'll play a land. Fetch. Taiga. Life in the Loam target. Urza Saga. Last Zone. Boseiju. I guess actually cancel on that. If I attack as a 6/6, yeah, alright, cool. If I attack as a 6/6, they just don't block and then kill me on the backswing, and that sounds terrible. Urza Saga, Ghost Quarter, Blast Zone, and we'll worry about getting Boseiju next turn. Sure. Alright, so next turn we'll play Saga, we'll equip, and we'll go to town. Here's the cute trick that we're also going to have, is we can attack. If it's big enough, we can also untap it to also have it back to block, which is pretty cool. Alright, opponent's paying costs. It's a snuff out. This feels like a snuff out, which is a choice, that's for sure. I was gonna say, not sure how certain you are that you want to pay that cost. Okay, they're going for it. Never mind. Back and forth on that. So, Planeteer is certainly an interesting one, though. Alright, go ahead and scry 2. Scries 2 to the top. Yes, you can draw a card, opponent. Surprised? Since you scried both to the top, yeah, okay, you are gonna go for Surgical. Okay. That's fine. So this is now an 8/8. That's pretty cool. Alright. Tap. Upkeep. I'll pay. Draw. I think the opponent is leaving themselves not dead to me blowing this blast zone. Because they can cast a Petty Theft or a Edict effect if I blow it up and get rid of Shadowspear. And I can't do both. If I play Saga this turn, I think I'm fine just going for it. I can't. If I blow up that, then that goes to being a 4/4, which isn't lethal. Okay. I should have played Saga this turn, but that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and pay 2. Equip the Shadowspear, and pass the turn. Yep. Fortunately, opponent, I did the math a little too late. Is this the Petty Theft? Ha! We knew it was coming anyways. That's fine. Right, we're going to go ahead and port the opponent. So go ahead and let them pay for that. Again, should have definitely played Saga. Also, I'm pretty sure this now reads draw an extra card every turn. Sure. If you want to use it to cast Brazen Borrower, that's fine. Oh boy. Sure. That's fine. That has a lot of cards on your side of the field. Wasteland. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's scary. I'm pretty sure the opponent's got this one now. It was only a matter of time before they drew the Wasteland, but still, nonetheless. Alright, so the game will be posted later. We're gonna go ahead and concede here because there's no draw that we have that will allow us to answer these. And we'll see you for round 6. Maybe we can win a couple just to... Let's see what the pricing is. We're nowhere near that. Let's see if we can get our entry fee back by winning the next 2. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Alex here with Luxac Games. I'll see you next round. Hello everyone out there in the Luxac Legion. Alex here with Luxac Games. And we're here playing some Legacy. And this hand's great, so we're going to keep it. I think we're going to go Cradle into Blast Zone. Cradle into Exploration into Blast Zone. I guess I'm assuming this Exploration resolves when I shouldn't. Okay, Exploration resolved, so we'll play as Blast Zone. So we're trying to juke the opponent if they're on Reanimator into going for it on 1, because we can crop rotation away this Blast Zone for a Bojuka Bog. Reanimator is very popular on MTGO, but it looks like the opponent is going to be a Saga deck instead. I'm willing to respond to that. I don't want the ability for Urza Saga to gain mana to actually happen. So before it gains the ability to make mana, we're going to destroy it. Oh, hot, they got us. We had Yavimaya in play. Sure. That's good, opponent. So we're playing the Land's Mirror. That's my fault. I should have sacked the Yavimaya. It's so obvious in hindsight. Okay, choosing to bog us isn't a bad idea. Okay, Taiga was a great draw for us there. Let's pass the turn. We're gonna go for it, but we'll see if it works. If they play like a... Okay, Thespian stage is whatever. Sure. It was Ancient Tomb. That's so rude. Alright, opponent. Good on you for having Ancient Tomb, but we're gonna get rid of Dark Depths if you don't mind. We're gonna get Wasteland going instead. There's no basic in play for Thespian stage to copy. We're gonna take out stage first. I could have gone for Saga, but I didn't want the opponent copying Saga either. literally just had to hope that they didn't have Ancient Tomb, and instead had Karakas. Most lists have both as a 1 of. Sure, opponent. What are you grabbing? Your own Saga by chance? Another Thespian. Sure. Drawing Dark Depths isn't exactly the draw we were looking for there. We'd like to go back to our Loam life. That's okay, opponent. Wasteland the stage. Play Dark Depths, they can make a 20. If you don't play Dark Depths, they can't. That seems pretty easy, really, if you think about it. So, we played around Karakas, and because of it, we're having to play more Magic than if we had just jammed. Okay, let's see what the opponent's casting here. Map. Alright. I assume they're going to map for a Wasteland. And then try and take us off green. We'll see. Maybe they'll just grab Saga. They grabbed Saga. Wild. Okay. Do they have a third crop rotation in hand? That's the only thing that would make that play make sense to me. Ah, okay. That makes it make sense to me as well. That Needle's probably going to name Wasteland. Yep. Alright, well, let's mill over a Thespian stage, shall we? Boom, life from the Loam. We got no Thespian stage, so we'll go ahead and cast this still. Play Windswept Heath, play Wasteland, pass the turn. We will fetch to thin, but not till the end step. Opponent probably won't blow their Blast Zone on one, since they'd take out one of our permanents, but two of their own. Alright, so the opponent didn't have Karakas either, so we definitely got by that Ancient Tomb being in hand. So let's see what our dredge is. Come on, life from the Loam. Thespian stage. For me. Boseiju isn't terrible. I am not mad about a Boseiju. Play Dark Depths. Play Windswept Heath. And I think we just pass the turn. And then when they tap out for this Urza Saga to go off is when we do our thing. Sure, so Boseiju the Needle. Wasteland this, and then we can Boseiju the Construct next turn. Alright, go ahead, opponent. I'm pretty sure we can beat the 1-1, but we'll see. Do what the opponent drew. If it's a life in the Loam, we're in a pretty bad spot. Not a life in the Loam, if it's just like another land, we could be in a pretty good spot. Some Inskimbu? Oh, wow. Sure. You no longer have an exploration. That's gotta be rough, putting yourself down on land when you know we have Life in the Loam coming as well. Life in the Loam's gonna target Wasteland. This one and this one. These two. Wasteland. Wasteland's gonna hit. I feel like the Taiga. I don't think we're melting a counter off. Okay, Windswept Heath is no real big deal. Pick one. I'm gonna Boseiju targeting Taiga. Yep. Is indeed playing 3 Taigas. Saga, Boseiju, Wasteland. Those are my picks. I'll play Saga this turn. Still happy to take one here. End step will Boseiju this Taiga. Opponent is out of lands to go search for now. So Boseiju has now been upgraded to Wasteland, which is pretty good. Ancient Tomb, Boseiju, Karakas. If I play Wasteland, I cannot both Wasteland and activate Urza's Saga. Oh, sorry, Boseiju, unless I also... But if I play Ancient Tomb, I can work on doing that next turn. I think I'm still fine with just... And we'll just take away Windswept Heath. Start of your turn, we're gonna go ahead and Boseiju that one. Put you down 2 lands. Take 1. Alright, so first things first. We're gonna dredge this. Dang it, we milled the Shadowspear. I really didn't want to do that, but... We definitely want to create a thing this time. Shooter. I think it's just map. Yeah, and then they have to have Karakas. Alright, Urza, Saga, Wasteland, Boseiju. These 2. Wasteland. Wasteland takes you off that. And it's your turn. Next turn I'll make a 20/20 and try and kill you with. I do wonder what the opponent has in hand, but with only 1 land, there's a lot of spells that they could avoid casting. Okay. The opponent's attacking, we're blocking. The opponent's not attacking, that's fine. We're not even going to dredge that this turn. Just going to naturally draw the Thespian stage, that's so hot. Alright, so... Alright, opponent, even if you have Karakas, we beat that because we have Boseiju in hand, so go ahead. We also have life in the Loam, so even if they have crop rotation for Wasteland, or sorry, for Wasteland or Karakas to bounce Karakas to bounce or Wasteland to disrupt, we rebuild literally in 2 turns. Okay. Exploration resolves opponent. You can play 2 lands this turn. Not that one. Okay, show me your second land. It is the Karakas. That's fine. You absolutely just bought yourself a turn, opponent. Map. We're gonna go ahead and go get Bog. Life from the Loam. Life from the Loam targeting Ghost Quarter, Wasteland, Boseiju. I didn't want to show off Ghost Quarter, but we drew it, so whatever. It is what it is. Pop that one. I don't believe you have another basic land, opponent. Sure. Yeah. I guess I should just do it now and not give him the opportunity to have a second land. Sure. Go ahead, opponent. Okay. Yavimaya, sure. Maze doesn't really answer it though, does it? I think you already know that. Life in the Loam on top of it? That would be pretty good. Yeah. Alright, that's pretty good. That was your 1 life in the Loam though, opponent. Targeting Thespian Stage, Karakas, and Bojuka Bog. So we're gonna life in the Loam. We're gonna pick up Ghost Quarter, Urza Saga, Boseiju. We're not gonna worry about making it 2020 this turn. Wasteland the Maze of Ith. We'll discard second Yavimaya, Ancient Tomb. Don't need those. I will Boseiju your exploration now. 1 land per turn is plenty, opponent. Because at 1 land per turn, we can destroy 2 per turn. Okay, opponent's also playing Sphere of Resistance. That's pretty hot. Sure, opponent bogs us. We know they have Karakas. I think we should start developing this Saga game plan. Saga, copy Saga, poop out a bunch of constructs, try and beat us, opponent. Does allow them to have 2 lands again, though. Opponent's got 21 cards in grave. I think I will also bog my opponent. And pass the turn. The opponent is required to play Karakas this turn cycle. Or die. I guess they could choose the dying option. This has been quite a game, though. Opponents played super well. The opponent attacks we're not even going to block. Kind of funny. We're a little down on time, which is relevant. Yeah, probably wouldn't have even blocked opponent. Yep, you had to play that one or you died. Ouch. Bad news for the opponent, because that means that we get to Ghost Quarter, Karakas. They'll spend next turn picking it back up with life in the Loam, and then we just Boseiju it. So looks like we're a lock on this one. Took a lot of extra steps, but I feel like maintaining the dominant position in this game was important enough to play the way that we did. Yep, get back your Karakas, play your Karakas, move to your end step, get it blown up. Get your Karakas Boseiju'd. Knew that they'd go for the life of Loam it back, and know that they don't have any other lands. Go ahead and copy. Keep the one with no ice counters. It's very important to choose the correct one. And we even have an insulation against a 0 mana edict, and that isn't even a thing that's a thing, so. Back with both. Good game, opponent. Alright, so game 2 in the mirror match. How are we going to play this? Surgicals, definitely. Cage is useless. Force of Vigors are fine. Do I want Leylines? Alright. Those are my options. Let's see how we do this. Shadowspear can be relevant. A lot of these can be relevant. Spheres don't feel super important when the opponent's really good at playing underneath them as well. Surgical Leyline bringing both in is a little bit of a non-bow, but I think it's fine. I do want to keep a Maze of Ith. I want to keep that. I don't want to keep Tabby. Tabby's really bad. Alright, so I got 4 more cards here. If I'm bringing the Leylines, I'm fine cutting Soul Guide. Although tagging just Loam is pretty sweet. It draws a card. Maybe I'm just not supposed to be on Leylines. Maybe I'm supposed to be on 2 Leyline. That might be fine too, just like less of it. Yeah, I actually think I'm down on that. I definitely want to keep in the Crucible. And I want the Manabond. This one's a little bit hard for the last cut. Leaning towards Shadowspear. Yeah, back. I'm gonna cut 1 Dark Depths. I don't want these Leylines to be too deep into our deck, but I think I do want access. Land's Mirror is always fun, that's for sure. I actually do enjoy it, although I understand how some players may not. And I'm not saying I even boarded correctly for this. If you don't think I boarded correctly, please leave a comment down below on how you would have voided for this. That looks like a lot of what we want. I'm gonna keep this. Sure. Okay. Right on time, Leyline of the Void. Let's play a Mox Diamond. Discard Bog. Play a map. And I think I actually am going to pop their map. Yeah, this feels a little greedy, but I'm gonna go for it. I don't want you to have Expedition map, opponent. I'm willing to pitch 2 cards to stop you from getting your Expedition map. Okay. Now, if they go for Wasteland... Okay, we didn't get to keep them off a green source, which was the main point of doing that. Okay. Alright, so we're not going to be able to keep the opponent. Dang. Alright, so... I'm going to map. And I'm going to grab a... Oh no, Bojuka Bog's already in our grave. That was the card I was going to grab. I'll grab a Saga. Hope Saga start getting some action. I do have this crop rotation. If the opponent tries to destroy this Urza Saga, I will turn it into a Dark Depths. Yay, milled the Port and Needle. That's pretty powerful. Oh, I'm sorry, and Maze. Maze is pretty good. That's fine. So I think I do want to go wider, just because they do seem to have... Of course I draw the Shadowspear. Alright, so we get to make a couple Urza Saga tokens here. Plus hold up crop rotation, which seems pretty good. Oh, opponent milled Dark Depths. Don't think they'll be putting that one into play. Life and Loam, targeting Dark Depths. Sure. There's no reason not to return it to your hand. It's just that I would be astounded to see them play it. Yeah, Maze of Ith makes a lot more sense to me. So I have the following outs. Right? I still have Needle in my deck. I just Needle this Maze and we win, right? Alright, let's try it. Crop rotation. I would like to grab a Dark Depths, please. I would like to copy this Dark Depths. I'm going to keep this one. Alright, let's float off the Saga. There's no Yavimaya in play, so they cannot crop rotation. Let's name Maze of Ith. Alright. Play out Shadowspear. Do we get you, opponent? 2020 coming at your face. Oh my god, we got there. Alright, so... Can't believe that we got there. Alright, so managed to get there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Alex here from Luxat Games. I'll see you next round. Hello everyone out there in the Luxat Legion. Alex here with Luxat Games. And we're playing against Newspaper. This is the 7th and likely for us final round. And... double Yavimaya kinda sucks, but I would keep the 6 without Yavimaya, so I guess we keep. Especially since we're on the draw. Hope we're not against Reanimator, and if we are, Needle what we can. Plains. Well, Diamond was a great draw. Exploration. First land. Second land. Life in the Loam. Get this going. Your turn now, opponent. See if they're mono white initiative or some sort of control pile. Okay. Oh, yeah. Needle's gonna happen on that. Love their choice of Stoneforge Mystic Art, though. Alright, maybe they're just kind of like white-black taxes? Cauldron complete. Yeah, that's a pretty powerful card. I hope you're willing to pay 7 mana for it. Dredge. I mean, we got Boseiju. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think I'm down just to cast this Crucible. Play this Boseiju. And Needle. We're hoping Stoneforge Mystic as the name will buy me enough time. I'll keep the untapped one. Pass turn. Opponent does have a lot of basics over there, that's for sure. Maybe they're back to basics build. That'd be really bad for us. Okay, that's a Karakas. Ooh, double value on the naming Stoneforge Mystic. Lion Sash is very good. Sure. We'll take our 1 point of damage. Alright, we're gonna dredge here. Remember, Crucible will allow us to play these. Oh my god. Alright, so... Thespian stage. Blast Zone. And then... Opponent can cast Lion Sash next turn and activate it once, so I guess we go... Lion Sash is a 2-drop. Yeah, I think we just build this Blast Zone up to 2 and just not worry about it this turn. Means that we get a shot at crop rotation as a draw step next turn. Arid Mesa. Okay. Are they actually... Okay, no. Still just plains and swamps. Lion Sash is good. Are you going to play another 2-drop opponent? Nope, just going to eat our Yavimaya. That's fair. It's a permanent. That's why I didn't play out these Life in the Loams. And it's good to know that the opponent will not have Wasteland for this Blast Zone, so let's go ahead and tick this up to 2. Add green, add green. Alright, so the opponent will be able to eat this Blast Zone with their Lion Sash, but that's fine. Yep. And we're going to blow up your board, opponent. Play Maze of Ith. And I'm going to... I could just copy this Maze of Ith. I can do that later. I want to get Life and Loam going. See what the opponent plays here. Well, we're definitely not going to tax the opponent out of this game, as they draw and play their 5th land. Okay. Extraction Specialist. Ooh, spicy. I'm actually going to even tell the opponent that. Spicy. So obviously this Lion Sash will be able to eat our Life in the Loam. Yep. Urza's Saga. That seems like a pretty good one to me. What's even better is finding that one Urza's Saga is kind of like finding a minimum of 2 Urza's Sagas. Because these Thespian stages are definitely going to be copying Urza's Saga, and we're going to put the opponent to the test to see how many constructs they can answer. I think they should have eaten one of their own Stoneforgers there with Lion Sash to make it a little bigger. I could be wrong, but I see no reason for them to not spend that mana. Let's see, 1, 2, copy, 1, 2, copy, I can maze. Copy. 1, 2, activate. 1, 2, activate, I can maze. Sure. You've been mazed, opponent. 3 power lifelinker is not something I want to have hit me right now. Sure. Opponent has all the lands and mana sources over there. Like, Vale is effectively allowing them to cheat on lands, and they already have a lot of land. Oof. Fruiter's not great for us. Let's see what they grab with it. Loran. Okay. So, let's start by copying this. And let's continue by copying this. And we'll move to our turn where we're going to get a bunch of counters on all of our sagas. 3 sagas, that's a lot. Alright. We're gonna play this Wasteland, but I don't think we're gonna use it since they have white up. Yep. You got a Loran opponent coming. Does your Loran beat our 3 Sagas? Alright, opponent has now played land for turn. I'm definitely wastelanding this K-Town in response to Loran. Sure, opponent. Your Loran can resolve. That's fine. Target. Probably our Urza Saga. Alright, well, I'm gonna respond to that, of course, by making a token. Alright, eat up, Lion Sash. You're a hungry, hungry, hungry boy. Yep. Gotta eat that Wasteland right away, too. Return it to your... Nice. Alright, that's pretty hot. The opponent will get their Karakas back, but they still won't be able to use it till next turn. I mean, that might be a Ring Bearer, but I still have a Maze in play. Can't say Bojuka Bog is the best draw, but I can say that them not being able to eat Wasteland is great. So we're gonna go ahead and play Wasteland from our grave. And I think we're gonna bog our opponent. That might be a 4-4, but I don't think we're doing anything yet. I think the main goal here is to get a Shadowspear on one of these and try and win through that way. They have a little Samwise combo in here as well, which is pretty good. Pretty spicy. If they bounce and replay Loran, we will be able to... Okay, they're not playing Karakas. Okay. Alright, that's gonna kill my token. Targeting Loran. Sure, it's gonna kill my token with Suspend 1. I'm not sure how that's different than just targeting the 4-4, except you can't attack this combat. Oh, I guess this way you want to go after one of the Urza Sagas. That's fine. After the Crucible of Worlds. Oh. Sure. Make a dude. Make a dude. Yeah. So these will both go to 3 counters, and what I should be allowed to do is copy another land. I'm gonna choose a plains. And I should still be allowed to search. Sure. And then that becomes a plains. This one will become a swamp. I can go get a Shadowspear. Oh, and a needle. Sick. Oh no, we already used our needle, that's right. I really don't want to die to some sort of cute Samwise combo, so we're also going to Soul Guide Lantern. And we're going to go ahead and equip the Shadowspear here. Oh, we're going to make sure it's the one that can attack this turn. Oh, I guess that's all of them. We didn't make one this turn. Alright, cool. I picked this one. Alright. I would now like to go to combat, opponent. I would like to attack with these creatures. Okay. Seems like a decent block. The fact that these are now basics that can make Urza Saga tokens is pretty insane, I think. Okay, go to 25. And pass the turn. If the opponent tries to return either of these, we'll Soul Guide Lantern their butt. Alright, cool. Hopefully, I don't think playing Sphere is where we're at in this point in the game. I think playing the Shadowspear is way more effective. Okay, opponent has their Karakas. Would you like to Karakas your Loran? Or do you want to save that for blocks? Sure. Ooh, Karakasing your tutor because it's a ring bearer. Okay. Okay, opponent. That's cute. I will say that's a cute one. Alright, let's see what kind of scary creature they have to go get for us. Opponent is on Yorion, so they have probably more tutor targets than a normal deck. That's a cute interaction, though. I can't say that I saw Recruiter getting bounced. That's fine. I don't think a singleton Flicker Wisp is gonna be good enough. Are they gonna go after the Loran? Sure. I don't know what they're going to blow up here. Probably the Shadowspear? I at a little bit of a loss here. They can technically hit the Soul Guide Lantern right now while we're tapped out. Okay, it is the Shadowspear. Sure. Alright, we drew Taiga. Play the Taiga. Move to combat. I'm going to attack with all 3 creatures. See what blocks we get, if any. Probably just chump, chump. Have to chump at least 2, opponent. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and cast this Sphere of Resistance to try and tax our opponent down a little bit more. We're going to take them off Karakas. We're going to try and life from the Loam, but no, we're not. We're not that cute. Although putting Life in the Loam in the graveyard and then drawing a card Soul Guide Lantern is cute, I think we're just winning off these Urza Saga constructs and don't need to worry about this. That's fine. Would you like to eat another card from our grave? That's fine. That thing is pretty big. I will give them that. The fact that we named them Swamp and Plains is kind of good as well. That's fine. What's your 3-drop? Recruiter. Recruiter's a really good 3-drop. Alright, what are you recruiting for, opponent? Solitude. Alright, sure. Cost 6, opponent. There's a Sphere of Resistance in play. Okay. Sure, we'll gain 7 life. I guess we could have gained more, but I really didn't want to get baited by some trick. Cool. You tapped out. Nice. Alright. Alright, let's create a construct. And since the opponent didn't attack, we get to create 2. Alright, pair of 8/8s. Another maze. Alright. So since they tapped down on this, I think we are just gonna go... I just don't think the opponent can beat what we're doing right now. Like, watch this. Attack with all my 8/8s. Line up your blocks, opponent. Sure, sure. Yep. Seems great. Oh, thank you, opponent. That's a little late for that tabby, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and exile each opponent's graveyard. I just don't want them to have any cool tricks once they have vials or anything like that. Cool, cool. Go ahead and play another Maze of Ith. And then we're gonna punish the opponent if they don't answer this Life in the Loam. Alright, 0 targets. Alright, we won. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so... opponent is on... I mean, it's pretty obvious what they're on. They're on Death and Taxes, but they're on a Death and Taxes build that's going to be very good against us, because they have Samwise. So I think I keep the Boseiju in. They have a million basics. Unfortunately, they have utility lands where I need those Wastelands too. Sphere feels pretty good. I don't know, man. Like, Samwise says that they are some sort of combo. Doesn't it? I'm gonna submit. I think we're fine the way we are. Alright, let's see here. Hmm. I I'm keeping this. This hand is a turn 1 Crucible of Worlds. Or potentially a turn 2 Crucible of Worlds. Yep, that's a Vale, and also they just showed me red, so I'm now aware that Magus might be one of the cards that they're playing with. We're gonna go Mox Diamond. Discard Yavimaya. Play a Wasteland. Wasteland them. Play a Mox Diamond. I think I'm good discarding Port. I'll play a Manabond. Go ahead, opponent. I would not like to do that. If I had a Life and Loam in my hand, I sure would, though. Hopefully we just turn over Dark Depths real nice and fast. Basic Mountain. Okay. I can't imagine that casts a lot of spells out of the opponent's deck. So I just Exploration next turn, right? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna try and get Crucible down right now. And then we'll pass the turn. And I do not want to use this ability because if we cast Exploration next turn, we'll be able to play 2 lands out of our graveyard, which is great. Hopefully they have just Basic Mountain here. That would be good as well. Oh, good. It does look like that is how that's going. Alright, so Port. Exploration. Wasteland. Alright, so we're just gonna have to eventually answer this Vile, hopefully sooner rather than later. And yes, I'll put this forest into play. Yep, your 2-drop is... Lion Sash is pretty good. You have no white source currently to activate it, but that's okay. You tried to, though. That's funny. Alright, let's go ahead and tap this land. Vile goes to 3. I'm feeling like the opponent has Magus in their deck. I'm just hoping that they don't do that to us. They are a Yorion deck, so they have a lot of cards in hand. Or in deck. So there's a very low chance that they actually have it. Our clocks are the closest, I think, of any opponent we've had so far, which is definitely nice. It means that we're both playing at approximately the same pace. Alright, so the opponent's decided to go to combat. Successfully attacks us for 1. And goes to end step. Alright. Well, now we've got 2 Rishadan Ports. Alright, so I want to do this and just hope the opponent misses for 1 more turn. So opponent, if you'd be ever so kind as to miss for 1 more turn, that would be great. Giving them green does not give them Lion Sash, so I'm okay with putting this in. And then we're going to tap down this Aether Vial. Or, I wish we could tap down the Aether Vial. We're going to tap down the mountain. Alright, well, Recruiter says that if they have a Magus, they're allowed to go get it. Opponent's so rude. Opponent is so rude. Alright, opponent. Well, I am going to port you and hope that you accidentally tick up your Vile. Opponent left their Vile on 3. Hit. Alright, so hit a white source. So, rudely taking away that. That's fine. Because they took that away, we now get to play Wasteland back with Crucible. You and I both know that we're dead, but the opponent doesn't know that we're dead yet. Okay, Magus has resolved, opponent. So, Raw. Play the Wasteland. Play the Misty. Pass turn. Alright, so we have to race a Magus of the Moon. I don't think we also have to race a Blood Moon. I think it's just Magus we have to race. Alright, Jit's pretty good. Thankfully, this is where we get to make up our minute on clock. Alright, Lantern. Lantern, exile that. Draw card. Again, we're gonna make it look like we did board in the bolts, but we did not. So we're gonna make the opponent think, but we are dead. Again, second time having Magus of the Moon across the table from me. Oh, opponent has another 3-drop. Opposition Agent. Well, that's a good one to know about as well. So I appreciate the opponent sharing that with us, because we were dead just to Magus. This is why we keep playing, though. Okay, opponent's choosing not to equip the Jit. Interesting play. Okay. We go to 5. And this is where we're going to take our draw step and pretend like we conceded because we didn't get it. Alright, so we didn't top deck the Bolt, guys. Bummer. Bummer. We didn't top deck the card that we totally have in our deck, I promise. Don't have it in our deck. Alright, so I think we're just going to use the power of being on the play to try and be faster. Yes, I would love to play first. Okay. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna play a turn 1 Sphere. And I'm gonna hope that the opponent keeps another 1-lander off a basic this time. I don't really care if it's a basic, but probably off a basic. And this Sphere of Resistance just locks them out of ever playing that Vile. We'll see, though. Alright, opponent plays a fetch land to play around whatever it is we're pretty likely to do. So I'm going to go ahead and play out a Manabond here. And that does cost us 2, but that's okay. And then we'll pass the turn. We have 2 land tutors, so we have the ability to make either a fast 20/20 or hopefully keep the opponent off Magus. They do have to get all the way to 4 to make that happen. And if they do that off Vile, we can try and... Yeah, this is a Vile almost certainly. Yep. I think we can race that. Lucky draw? Alright, not quite. So I'm gonna take the damage here. And a green. And my crop rotation, paying 1. This Ancient Tomb away. Yeah, I think the only way we win this is if we go for... So, Thespian stage. I'm gonna play out a map. And then we're gonna move to the end step, and I'm gonna trigger this ability and dump all these into play. Yes. Alright, opponent. Still pretty scared of your deck. But now if your plan was Magus of the Moon, it's too slow. Mountain doesn't cast Opposition Agent either. Mother of Runes. Sure. Your Mother of Runes has arrived. You can protect your thing. Let's crack a map. Grab a Dark Depths. Alright, opponent. Please don't have Solitude. Yep. Let's see what the opponent's play is here. If it's Magus of the Moon, they die. Which is great. If it's Wasteland, that doesn't beat us. Second Mom doesn't beat us. This looks like Second Mom holding up Solitude, though, which isn't exactly great for us. Sure. Thalia is fine. Thalia makes it where you can still Solitude us, but you can no longer Swords to Plow. You couldn't Swords to Plow shows us anyways. Sure. Opponent, I'm trying to make the thing. Do you have Solitude? Your last 3 cards have to have a white card and a Solitude in them. And if they don't, I get to kill you here. Opponent. I'm so excited. Are you dead? Did we get it? Oh no, they have it. They're paying costs right now. They have the Solitude, yep. Okay. They got us there. We'll go down a bunch of life. Or, not down a bunch of life, but we'll gain a bunch of life and hope that we still have a few more turns to tick up this Urza Saga to battle back. Notably, this Mother of Runes does not give protection from colorless, only Giver of Runes does. Alright, moment of truth, opponent. Yorion into hand. Oh, and they did have the Karakas, but it was a little bit slow on their part. Don't you hate drawing it the turn after you had to do the thing? I know I do, personally. Alright, we're gonna draw. Ghost Quarter's very good. Alright, so I don't know why, but I'm getting kind of Samwise vibes here. So I think I should wait. Nah. Do it. Just pop the Karakas. They didn't want to use it to return Thalia to hand? Alright, so make a dude, get Shadowspear is still a really good line here. That has first strike, so that beats us as a 2-2. Another Karakas is pretty expected if we're being honest about things. Diamond is pretty bad. We'll make another thing. And we'll tutor. Opposition agent? Oh, yay, no opposition agent. Alright. We can turn off Vale. We can equip a Shadowspear. We do have options. I think I need to get my opponent dead. I'm gonna go with the Shadowspear route. Let's go, opponent. Sure. Each one's gonna give protection from what? See, they're used to probably double blocking each mom being able to give protection from the other thing. We're not gonna use this ability. And we're gonna pass the turn. Vile stays at 3. We had the opportunity to needle Vile and chose not to. Vista. Alright, so they have access to either double red, triple white, or their first splash of black. Choosing to grab more white, sure. This is a Solitude, you gotta pay 1 more for that, opponent. Oof, looks like we got you there. Alright, that's good news for us. So it looks like the opponent does have Solitude, but cannot currently cast it. But if we Ghost Quarter them, they can. So we're going to move to our turn. Okay. Okay, that's certainly an interesting draw. I will attack with both creatures. I assume you're going to block my 4/4. Sure. Take 5. Your turn, opponent. I would not like to use this ability. Alright, so opponent's going to keep Vile at 3. Play the 6th land, which will allow them to hardcast the Solitude. Or Yorion. Alright, Yorion's cool. Is there anything opponent will want to blink with this Yorion? Probably should have done it post-combat. There you go, opponent. What would you like to blink? Nothing. Sure. Do I want to Boseiju the opponent's Vile? I do. I just don't like them being able to play at instant speed. And with 1 card in hand, they can't have Solitude to punish me. Alright. We draw a land, we get this diamond down, which is pretty good. Attack with both, they can eat this and just take a little bit of damage. We just attack with 1. Alright, I'm good with that. This is going to be one of the few turns that they have that down. So if they just eat this... Yeah, I'm good with this. That's fine, opponent. Exploration. That cost me a lot more than I expected it to. Thanks for the reminder about Thalia existing. Will not use the ability. Flicker Wisp. Alright, that's pretty brutal. Yep. So we need to draw... Well, actually, we get a lot of time to do it, but we need to draw another Saga pretty quick. Alright, so they might have Opposition Agent in hand. They did go get a Swamp. Oh my god, they had third Karakas. That's pretty good, opponent. Alright, my turn. I draw a Thespian stage, which I would rather be a Thespian stage, so... The reason why is because we can now bounce their legendary creatures to reduce their clock. Yep, take all the damage. That's one expensive Vale. I would love to have a Karakas as well, opponent. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get rid of this Yorion. And we drew this artifact a little too late, but that's okay. We can still cast it and get it down, and pass the turn. We'll need Saga, though. I guess we could also draw, No, we pretty much just need Saga. Dark Depths doesn't really do it with the opponent having that sitting over there unless we draw... In the interim... Yeah, that second Thespian stage is something interesting. Unfortunately, Karakas is... I probably should have played this Diamond. I'm gonna say no, though. Alright, what's this? Lash and a Solitude. Sure. There you go, opponent. I'm gonna go ahead and put your Thalia right back in your hand. You're at 3, which is pretty low, but unfortunately, it looks like you're going to be able to start gaining that life back with Solitude. Alright, we're back around our starting life total, roughly. Okay, 2-drop. Bring in Thalia again, sure. Hard casting Yorion, sure. Alright, let's go ahead and copy this Plains. Having a Thespian stage as a basic can be pretty good, as we showed off game 1. Hey, we hit Saga just in time. Alright, and just like the first game, one Saga is actually many. So I don't want to take 4 here, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and White Tower this Yorion, so to say. Sure, we'll take damage. Alright, recast Yorion, sure. Makes their stuff, also great. Sure, Flickerus is probably going to target Urza Saga, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's why we left this right here up, opponent. Alright, that sphere is probably not something we get to play. Alright, so we have 2 Urza Sagas. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have to return the Yorion, or I die. Yeah, it would have been nice if I could have returned the Thalia, but the 2-point difference does matter. Yep. Of note, Aether Vial will actually be high enough next turn that it can actually win. Another note is if we actually do get to draw the Dark Depths exactly this turn, we still can't win because the opponent has Karakas in play. Sorry, that not being named Karakas really throwing me off. And the opponent won. Super tight play on their part. Super grind fest. Feel like we had a little bit of a rough run at the end there. Drawing, like if we had just drawn a land the turn of the Mox Diamond, would have resulted in us having a much better attack. And opponent definitely got us there. So, super well played. We hope to see you next time for next round. Let's see if we would have made top 8 even if we had won. It does not look like it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Alex here with Luxat Games. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Does not look